What will a city of the future look like? Given its prediction to materialization ratio, some would call futurology an art more than a science. In spite of this, futurology does have its uses. By gazing ahead, even if predictions aren't accurate to the decimal point, they give us a general idea of where we are headed and what we can expect. And that kind of knowledge can be of incalculable value. In this video, we intend to gaze ahead to see what the cities of the future may look like. This analysis will include specialist predictions and forecasts, as well as some degree of speculation. So if you want to come along for the ride, make sure to like and subscribe. This video is sure to be as great as all the others. First off, why is it important to know what cities of the future will look like? Well, why wouldn't it be? To some degree, we all wish we know what the future holds for us. With that knowledge, we'd be able to direct our present behaviors better. When the field of futurology casts its scope over entire cities, the idea is the same. Other than for our wonderment, we will be able to know where we are going, what to avoid, and what to double down on. Hindsight, as they say, is 20/20. We can all think of certain disasters which could have been avoided if only the engineers of the time had been forewarned. One of these is the Hindenburg disaster of 1937, an airship accident that virtually ended that line of transportation. Less commonly, the reverse is also true. Sometimes, futurology isn't just about avoiding catastrophe, but sustaining good. For example, due to today's budget constraints, city governments sometimes make the tough decision to withdraw funding from various social work initiatives. If they could have a more tangible assessment of how these programs perform, these decisions will be a lot easier to make. Uses of futurology aside, let's get into the meat of what exactly it says about cities of the future. Cities have several moving parts, from structural elements to population growth to transportation to healthcare to entertainment. We'll be looking at each of these elements one by one to find out how they might change in the future. First up are structural changes. Most likely, cities of the future will be made with the strongest, lightest, most innovative materials. This could be new forms and combinations of old materials. A prime example is graphene, which is a tougher analog of carbon. These kinds of structural changes will ensure that cities are sturdier than they have ever been. As a result, buildings will be able to brace even the worst natural disasters. This advantage is just one way cities of tomorrow will differ from cities of today. Again, we have population changes. Cities of tomorrow will be less crowded than their present-day counterparts. This population difference will be due to mainly two things. 1. Smarter family planning policies, and 2. The rise of more and more cities across the globe. With a lower population density, a higher quality of life would be assured for everyone. And then we have transportation changes. With the advance of technology, a few innovations in this field already lie on the horizon. They include autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars, high-speed trains, and maybe even teleporters. Whatever form these innovations may arrive in, best believe that in the cities of the future, going from point A to B would be no headache at all. Instead, time spent commuting will be freed up for leisure or productivity. Naturally, we can't forget about healthcare. Currently, most cities have healthcare systems that are passable at best. People still have to pay exorbitant amounts of money to receive medical attention. In the cities of the future, that needn't be the case. Cities of the future will have their healthcare industries revolutionized by technology. Doctors and nurses wouldn't need to work hard, as they would have a host of mechanized and autonomous assistants. Under this tech revolution, the healthcare industry, which is at best an ordered chaos, will finally transform into true harmony. People will rarely need to visit hospitals except in the most severe of cases. Lastly, we have entertainment. There's no denying that many cities are defined by what you can do in them to keep yourself entertained. In the city of the future, entertainment will be more accessible and more bombastic than it has ever been. As media companies leverage emerging technologies such as virtual and augmented reality, the possibilities are truly endless. There are a lot of reasons to get excited about the city of the future. On the flip side, are there any reasons to be wary? Some would say yes, and this is for good reason. In their transformation into cities of tomorrow, cities of today are becoming more and more digitized, and with these changes come concerns over privacy, surveillance, and cybersecurity issues. Who is building the smart city, and for whom is it being built? Questions such as these make sure we always stay vigilant about these changes and what they could potentially mean. In the last analysis, smart cities are the future. As technology advances, we speed towards that fate in a car with no brakes. For now, we should keep informed so some of these changes don't catch us off guard. We hope that the cities of the future will be safer, better places than the cities of today. As we come to the end of this video, we hope you've learned a lot. Though we tried to be as scientific with our predictions, some element of speculation was unavoidable. Do you have any other speculations which you want to add? Well, feel free to discuss below. Nobody knows tomorrow. For all we know, you could be right and we could be wrong. As we sign off, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share if you liked the video. We'll be sure to be back with bigger and better content. Until then, this is goodbye. Take care of yourself,